Hello everybody and welcome to Captain of Industry. Now this game has just recently gone into alpha and it has had a really good Kickstarter up until this point, and thanks to the developers who have very kindly offered me a key so I can get my teeth into this. Now I have played this game already as a single player and got hooked on it and I've gone quite a ways into it, so it's now time to go back to the beginning and bring you guys in with this story of an amazing game. Now, before we get started, think Banished on steroids. This game is just like Banished, but it's obviously a more futuristic version, so it's more of a now time rather than Banished being in the past. So, first of all, you get to start off with the message center. Captain, we have just docked our ship and local shipyard. We'll both need major repairs. That's these two here. The abandoned communication station near the dock can be deconstructed and used to smelt iron in a blast furnace so we can build more vehicles and construct parts. It is essential to build a research lab as soon as possible so we can figure out more blueprints for important things such as farms or a beacon. Okay, so let's pause and get some things going. So you get some vehicles. Your ship's obviously managed to get to a shipyard of sorts. You've set up these little containers which look absolutely amazing. The graphics on this game is already great. The little food market and the abandoned communication station. So we're going to start recycling that. So that's set to recycle. So I like organization. So these little mounds here are resources and they are quite chunky. So there's coal there, there's copper here, copper up here, there's sand over here as well, and obviously our iron one here. Now we want to try and get into that as quick as possible. We've got another iron one here, but the way you basically mine, I've figured out a way from my single player on effectively mining. Whether it is the effective way, I don't know, but we'll see. So without further ado, like I said, I like to keep organization, so I'm going to build some temporary things. So we want a blast furnace first of all. So let's get it swung around. Nope, that's the right way around. So basically, they're gonna mine that and chuck it into here. So straight off the bat, we need a smokestack. We'll chuck a smokestack on here. Let's connect our smokestack up. There we go. And then what we're going to need from there is obviously the blast furnace melts it into molten iron, and then we're going to need to basically stamp it into slabs, iron slabs. So we'll go ahead and we'll place one here, and we'll place one here. We need a coal maker because this is going to require metal scraps and coal. So let's go ahead and get a coal maker as well. And I like to place this here because we can't do anything yet with the coal, but we're going to need to connect the piping up. We'll connect that up. So that serves us both. We got our molten channel into here, like so. Then we can set these. These are already set up to iron because it's the only iron we know. Later on, we'll get some more options. Right, so that's basically our setup. So we need molten scrap that comes from, metal scrap that comes from here. The coal that comes from here gives us molten iron and exhaust. It also needs wood to give us coal and exhaust. So all our exhaust goes into our smokestack, and then we get our iron slabs from there. Right, so we're going to need some wood. So we need tree harvesting. So I'm going to assign 2 to tree harvesting. The other 4 will then just go about doing the business. Now, we're going to need some food and we're going to need a research lab. So straight off the bat, let's get a research lab. And I'm going to place the research lab here. We've got some resources here. We've got a bit of copper, a bit of rubber and construction parts. So these should all get built up. So let's go ahead. And I'm just going to fast forward quickly. So our two vehicles will go into our... There you go. And you can see. Okay, research lab is ready. Congratulations for the first research lab, Captain. You should research and build farms before our food supply runs out. Make sure you build them soon enough as it takes time to grow more food. If you're out of workers, make sure you bring people to your island by building a beacon. Refugees who find us via beacon will also bring valuable resources with them. Also keep an eye on supply of construction parts and build assembly manual to produce them. If you need to speed up your research, you can build more research labs, but don't forget that running them costs Unity, which is this here. Unity is naturally generated in settlements when people are well and happy, but can decrease when their needs are not met. you can visit the settlement to see the details. You see here we get 1 from food. Later on we'll get some more stuff that'll allow us to do some extra bits and bats. Now these give you 60 on each, so we've got 120 max, but we've only got 80 pops population. We've got 54 workers available at the moment, so we're okay on workers. So let's go ahead and get some research. So we've got construction and farming. Let's get the farming going first, and then we'll get construction added to the queue, and then we're going to need power, beacon, and mining. So we'll get the mining, and then we'll get the power and beacon. There we go. That's our first 4. It takes 8 workers. So we'll get our basic farming going. It should be starting already, I think. I think it just takes quite a while. There we go. Excellent. You can see our trucks. Let's just fast forward a little bit. Okay, iron smelting. So it does give you tutorials for smelting. There you go. So you need coal, wood harvesting. So it tells you all of what you need to do. I'm not going to read through all that because you'll see operating during this episode anyway. As you can see, we've got our metal scraps now that need delivering. See, people are, yeah, they're waiting for. There you go. You can see it just tucks the resources there, and it'll take it over to our blast furnace. Our blast furnace then requires coal, which will be delivered by another vehicle. Now, what we can do at a later stage is move that round to self stack, but right now we're not at that stage. Excellent. So you can see we're still waiting on the coal. Coal's ready. There's no exhaust tower yet, so it's not renting exhaust. There we go. There's our exhaust tower. As you can see, that's now dropping down. So you can only hold a certain amount within the actual resource itself. You still require coal. Let's see if it... I think it's going to wait for an 8 stack maybe. Oh, there's 8 there. Why are you not supplying? There we go. So it's going to pick up the coal and should take it to our blast furnace. Basic farm's still going. There we go, operational. You can see that little coal cart goes in there. We should see our iron coming out any minute now. It takes a while. There you go. And you can see our iron goes down the channels into our metal casters. Now they're going to need 8, so it'll take 2 runs of this to do double that. Now we could have just stopped one of these and stopped one of the channels, and we could have just one running operationally, but we get an influx if we use the 2. While that's going, we're also going to need some sort of storage. Now, as you can see, we can't build any storage just yet, but what I will advise is try and keep this area fairly clean of resources, because once you place down a settlement, you can't pick it back up again. So I'm going to use this area here for our settlement. So I'll probably put them here, here, and here like this. And I'll put some resources over here possibly. I may actually start putting my resources here, because I like to keep this area clear. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand out and then build like docks and stuff like that, which will come later on. Okay, we got basic farming. So it's going to go on to our construction. Right, so we paused the game. Let's get our farms going. Now, your basic farms really don't do much. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mining here, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So I'm going to place my first farm directly here. And then I'm going to place my second farm here once I've got rid of the tree. Let's just prioritize them to go first. Well, we've got our first farm. And we should have enough construction. We do, yep. Let's get our first farm going. Now, new tutorial logistics. As you can see, it's starting to talk about trucks, vehicle ramps, and stuff like that. Like how you can go up and down on the ramps. But you'll see all this whilst we're playing the game. So I'll not go through all that. Okay, so we'll set this as a priority, because obviously these are now having to rely on bringing resources to and fro this as well. Later on down the line, most of this will be automated, so we won't have too much of a problem. We've got construction going soon, so we can build more resources. Obviously, without mining, we're not going to do much here. So let's fast forward to our farm. There we go. One more bit. There we go. Okay, farm has no crops assigned. Takes 10 people for the initial farm. So it has like a growth cycle. And it requires on rain as well at the moment. Later on down the line, we won't rely on the rain. What all you can do right now is potatoes. And to keep it nice and steady, if you do one grow, one fertilizer, which is the green manure grow, and then same again, it usually sticks to it quite nicely. But we're not going to get much out of it just yet. But let's remove that. There we go. Right. Oh, so because we are full on coal. Oh, we're not full on coal, but we're full on wood. These vehicles are stopping. So they're actually stopping and nothing to do. So the next thing we need to concentrate on is storage. We've got loose material storage there. I think construction gives us, yeah, construction gives us storage, which is what we need. Then we got the mining, and then we got power and beacon. Okay. Oh, so when it rains, your farm gets water in it. And obviously, to grow your harvest, you require this water. Right now, this will halt. So the harvest in 5.6 months, that's going to take a lot longer because you only get rain for a certain period of time, and then it stops, and it's not filled this level up. And it's using this level whilst it's raining, so it can't keep up with the requirement. But you get 30 months food supply. Once, oh, there you go, the 2 trees are gone. Once that's gone, I'm going to place a second farm down. Now, one thing I want to know is later down the line, you're going to upgrade these, and the back end here gets upgraded to carry a water supply. Just a pro tip for you there. So let's get that second farm set up. If you're having an abundance of food, you can pause this farm. You know, you'll lose the crop and everything, but at least you've got the farm ready to go. So, you know, it's useful to know. I don't want to go too close to this coal because I'm going to dig it all out. For the farms, I'm going to place 2 more farms here at a later stage. And we've got construction almost ready to go. I think that's us set for now. Until we get the construction. We've got, yep, nice supply of steel plates, iron plates, sorry. Second farm is ready to go. So let's get the crop cycle going. So it's potato, manure, potato, manure. Construction. So construction gives us general machines. So you get an assembly machine. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to basically do this with it. This is all temporary, this. Now, I can't transfer it through yet, but hopefully that vehicle will just pop to there, leaving that one free to just keep with the steel, with the iron plates. But what we do get is storage. So we can get unit storage. I'll place a unit storage here. Let's set this to iron bars or iron slabs or whatever you want to call it. That's set already to construction materials. So let's go ahead and get another storage unit here for construction parts. We can now get storage for wood. And if I turn this to here, like so, and do to wood here, this just means now that we're not relying on these gathering the wood to then supply it when it needs it. There'll be an abundance of it in there. So that's us set there. So, metallurgy, we're done. Transport, we can't do anything with. We've got our storage up and running. We've got our assembly machine ready to go. So again, that is us for this part until we get to the next stage, which is going to be vehicles and mining, which we definitely need. Second farm is up and running. We've still got 24 workers available, so we've got good worker supply. So let's just fast forward this a little bit just to get these up and running. These guys are still collecting the trees. Now what we can do is we can prioritize tree clearance, which is going to be useful for us later, because what I want to do is I want to get to this copper here. But I don't, as a matter of fact, whilst we're not relying on too much to do with trees, let's just set that up. Okay, assembly is ready to go. So now it's going to take iron and wood. So we're now going to use quite a lot of wood to fill our construction parts. This filter here means that what it's going to do is it's going to take any resources that are available and place it into this unit storage. It still is going to use the resources from this, but it's also going to stock it up. Same for iron. So everything. So its first port of call is going to be there because we set it to. you want to adjust it so it keeps it empty, which is going to be useful for later, then it's the opposite way around. Wood, we want all the wood to go into there. We can keep this empty if we want to, and it'll empty all these into there, but what we've already done here will be absolutely fine. So as we can see, everything's set up. We're using the vehicles at the moment to obviously rely on transferring stuff over. Right, let's fast forward now quickly so that we've got vehicles and mining. And welcome back, and as you can see, we've now got vehicles and mining. So we'll just get rid of this because that's just telling us what we can do, which I've already done. We've done our complete research and vehicle and mining. Right, so what we get now is, where I find buildings, is the vehicle depot, which we're going to need. So we'll place a vehicle depot, and I'm going to place the vehicle depot. I'm going to place it. No, I'm not going to place it there. I'm going to place it. We'll place it here. Doesn't really matter where. Next thing we want is mine control tower. Now, I used to place the mine tower here, but it only allows you to work in this small area here. What I didn't know was quite how deep these minerals go. So, we've placed our mine control tower. You can just see there its effective radius. We can adjust this, hopefully, to encompass this whole area for now. And you'll see why in a second. We now get an option for mining designation. So there's a couple of things we're going to get. First one is mining. Are you level at 2? You are level at 2. So that should... There we go. What we can do here is we can designate all this as level 2 mining. Sorry, layer. You're dropping a layer down to layer 2. There we go. Drop all that down there. Now we're going to get some stone and stuff like that. That's not a problem. But what we're going to do is we're basically going to chop all that down so it's a flat level. What you don't notice from this angle here is this actually has a slope to it, but it's hard to see. Right, so we've designated our area. Now we're going to get stuff basically coming from here. When we use iron and coal, we're going to get slag, and we need somewhere to put slag. So what I'm going to do is I want to basically build an oil depot over here, because what we're going to do, if I get this here, place this to here, is we're at level 2 here. If you go like this, are we far enough away? No, we'll go from here. If we do this here like so, we can go and build a platform. What's going to happen now is all the slag, any dirt or stone or anything like that, vehicles are going to dump it and slowly build as a platform, which we're going to need for our cargo ships at a later stage. Right, we're going to need vehicles. We now get a small excavator that we can use. It requires copper. We can't build copper, so we've only got a finite amount of it. Let's go ahead and get 2 small excavators and 2 more pickups. We can have up to 40 vehicles at the moment. What I want to do next is I need storage for my iron ore. We've got power and beacon going, but right now I want to start looking at these 3 things here. We need maintenance, we need copper, and we need loose material storage. Let's go ahead and add to the queue. We'll add you to the queue as well, and then add you to the queue as well. Okay, and the reason why we need that is because these have maintenance. Right now we can use Unity to repair these, but that is not an effective end goal. So let's just fast forward a little bit. Mining and dumping, so it tells you exactly about what I've just said. Right now we're just going level, but later down the line we're going to dig down, which is why I've placed this mining whatever they're called. What's it called now? Mining tower. Mining control tower. I've placed that there because if we go to mining designation here, and we go to F, you can see that we can go down just from here to level 5. We're currently going to be at level 2. We've got 5 more layers of iron at least. To see that, if we click on this layers thing here, you can see that there is a nice supply of iron. Nice supply of water. This is like a water table. We got copper and stone. And then, sorry, copper here. Sorry, that's coal. Copper. We got sand. There's sand underneath there. There's more coal underneath here. More water table and gold. You can see here that we can't see much crude oil. There is crude oil, which is just here. We get a small amount of crude oil to start off with, but then we have to rely on offshore oil rigs, which we'll do. Obviously, we've got sand here as well. Okay, so let's drop the layers down. That should have hopefully built some stuff for me. It has built some stuff for me, but it requires more construction parts. We've got plenty of construction parts, so it should get that done in no time. I don't know what it's waiting for. Let's just take that off. Will it use it then? There we go, use it then. Ah, yes, yes, so it won't take from that. That's if you want to fill it up full. Yes, that's right. That's more useful when we come to using our transport belts. I'm jumping the gun with that. So let's just pop this back down again as well. And that back down again. That should make things a little bit easier. There we go. So as I say, we're going to use copper to build these. We're going to need copper for both, and we also need diesel as well. We don't have a large amount of diesel either, so we're going to definitely need to require more diesel sooner rather than later. Right, our mining tower is ready to go, so we can assign vehicles to it. We obviously don't have an iron excavator just yet, but we'll have one in a second. We can quick build the excavators if we want, but I want to save my Unity just in case. Excavator, and I'm going to place 2 trucks on there. Now, that isn't a requirement just yet, because we've got nowhere to put the iron ore. I'm jumping the gun a little bit because I want it to get going, but you can just see he's going to start working now. He's going to start putting iron in these trucks. We have 2 trucks full of iron ore. We'll soon be ready to switch this over to iron. We've got power and beacon ready to go. So we now got diesel engines and a beacon. The beacon requires power. So what we can do is we can place the beacon down, we can place a power generator down and get some more population. We've got 11 workers available right now. It does take some time to get workers. So let's go ahead and place down our beacon. Power production. Where's our? I was in. There it is, beacon. I'm going to place the beacon here, and then I'm going to place the diesel generator just next to it, right there. And that'll just power that, and shouldn't use too much of our diesel right now. Okay, so you're fully supplied. Burning wood to make coal is a very inefficient way, because we do need the wood for assemblies. It's a good idea at first, but long term, it's not going to be ideal for us. So we definitely need to look at getting some coal, which is our next movement. Right now, we've unlocked loose material storage, and our beacon's ready as well. Let's go ahead and set up our loose material storage. Now, what I like to do is I like to place my loose material storage nearby the actual material they're mining, like so. Then we're going to build a proper mining system. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. Probably going to make some space around here, probably place it up here maybe or something. I'm not quite sure yet, but we're going to basically get it away from where we're at. I may actually even put it down here yet. So let's go ahead, let's get that going. We can set these up so they'll take iron ore. There we go. And because they're nearby, they'll have less travel, so they should mine quite nicely. See, right now they're just sat here. If we didn't do that, they'd go all the way over to here to try and put it into here. We haven't set this to accept iron ore just yet. There we go. So they'll now deploy into there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we'll just shorten some iron plates here. Have we got any more iron plates around? It looks like we're completely out of iron plates. Okay. So I want to get rid of the abandoned communication station first. So we're going to let that run through that. until that's broken down. Once that's broken down, we'll switch over to iron ore. By which time we should have a good supply of iron ore. So look at that, it's already up to 36% already. And we've got 3 more ready to go. Oh, you needed diesel. We've got new refugees from our beacon. So let's just go ahead and pause the beacon for now. This progressively gets longer, and after a while, you'll stop getting population. If you get too much population and they can't survive, you will lose them. And it's a lot harder to get them back. It requires Unity to get them back. It's just messy. So we'll go ahead and we'll pause it, which means we can now pause our diesel generator because nothing requires power. We're still doing research, so I'm not going to pause the research because we've got maintenance nearly on the way. Once we get maintenance, we need to start looking at doing copper mining as well. We need coal and we need copper. Right now, we've only got another excavator here, which I'm going to be using for the coal. So before we finish off this episode, let's go ahead and set up. I do not want that. I want that. Let's go ahead and set you up here. I think I'll place you here, like so. Now, this is going to generate a lot of dirt, but it's definitely going to be required. So before we start anything, let's set you up to level 2. Again, we're going to do the exact same thing we did with the iron, and let's just level it all out, because when we level it all out, it means we've just got a nice flat surface to work with, and then we can use our layer to work out the best route to dig in. Excellent. That's out of our mining area, and it gives you a warning here. So we're going to edit our area here, and we're going to basically encompass that. That's set and good to go. So we'll set that up. Whilst that's building, you can actually place your vehicles on there. We've only got 2 of these vehicles left, so I don't really want to take them vehicles away. Let's go ahead and get 2 more set up. There we go. We've got to keep the research ticking. We've got to keep everything ticking over. Early days, it's very easy to go under very quickly. We've got food being produced nicely. It's being delayed at the moment, but we still have it ready to go. We've got 25 workers available, 43 months of food supply, so we just want to keep that and see, make sure it's still going up rather than down too much. Research has completed with maintenance. Our population increase also gained us more 36 copper, 25 rubber, 10 iron, and 34 diesel. Excellent. Next one is going to be settlement water, so we can provide water for our farms. And this is why I wanted to keep this area fairly clear, because I'm going to run water from over here. So we definitely need to get the trees cleared here as well. There we go. Because they're currently clearing up this area here. So that should bring them a little bit closer to here now. Yep, wood's empty. So we definitely need a closer area for wood. Okay, mind control tower is not built yet, but it will be shortly. Don't forget, we've only got 2 vehicles. We should have 3 vehicles now, actually, nearly 4 actually available for moving materials around. We also don't have any construction parts. We've only got 1. But we should have some more soon. We've got a lot building here. But these take 25 a time. And right now, we're not up to a good standard yet. I'm not 100% on where I'm actually going to put my iron ore production. There's a lot of these resources we need. So I need to have a think about that. We've got no dumping going just yet. You know what? We'll keep the settlement over here for now, and I will. We've got iron smelting here. So what are these waiting for? They're just stocking up. We'll keep it over here for now, but I definitely need to look at moving it at some stage. We certainly don't want our pollution near our settlement. But that's going to be us for this episode. It's long enough as it is. We've got a decent start going. We got settlement water going. We've still not repaired our ship yet. We definitely need to look at repairing our ship sooner rather than later. We've got coal mining soon to be started. We've got iron mining already started. So we're getting some nice iron resources going. These are already nicely filled up, giving us a bit of a backlog. We definitely need diesel in the next episode. Where are we at? So we've got the settlement water, so we're gonna get copper smelting and basic diesel. They're the next two. So we'll place them in the queue so we know where we're at. To queue. And that's going to be it for this episode. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this game. And remember, check it down in the description below where I'll place all the links. If you haven't already done so, make sure you go over there and see if you like the game. Give it a bit of a Kickstarter backing. Or, you know, put it on your wish list ready to go. But until next time, everybody, take care for now. And I shall see you all on the next one. Bye-bye for now.